Well, I'm Tessa with Mama's Geeky. Thank you both so much for taking the time.
Hello, our
Hello, our
pleasure.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Listen, I got to start this off with saying my 14-year-old is like obsessed, like read the mangas, like literally cried when she watched the trailer. So, for you guys, what is it like knowing that like there is already this pre-built fandom here and like does that create extra pressure?
I have been aware of Twisted's existence for several years now because fans of Black Butler, by the same creator,
Mhm.
have been coming to my table at conventions for years being like, have you heard of this? Are you going to get it? And I'm like, oh, if only it were that simple. And so for me, 4 or 5 years down the road, it's finally happening, and I'm just excited I got to join the party because the pressure was like, I hope I even am around and available if it
Yeah.
comes down the pike. You never know. I mean, I'm getting old here. Um, if they waited much longer, I would have to play like I don't know one of the gargoyles. But so it's kind of fun to be like, oh, it's happening. Oh my goodness, thank goodness, because it's really fun. So the pressure's been on for a while, and it was almost a relief to get the part. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
thank God, I don't have to explain to fans why I didn't get it.
Oh my God, can you imagine?
It is so crazy because I only had known about it in what I would say is the past few months, the past year, as announcements for this property coming out in this way. And I'm a huge fan of Disney, and I love the villains. So when I saw this, I was like, oh my gosh, I hope they do like an English dub for this, and I'd love to be a part of it. And one way or another, it came down the line, and I was so kind of scared and intimidated, and for me, I wound up we auditioned for all these different characters, so it wasn't just
Yeah.
Riddle that I had read for. I'd read for all of the guys, and voicing Riddle was not even something I was even imagining. I was like, okay, there's no way that character is going to happen. Maybe some of these other ones that are a little closer to my jovial self that I am, and not this tyrant that is angry at everything. So the fact that I got to be a part of it is so crazy, and I'm so excited. I really did not think this was going to happen, and to see the fans' response and to know that they're so passionate and they love it so much, and that their response has been positive. It's
Yeah.
such a relief, and I feel so happy to create an aspect of this series that they can enjoy in a different way, and to bring in new fans, and to really like it's such a great community, and I really just hope that it keeps growing from here because they've been nothing short of amazing and kind and exceptional.
Yeah, we saw the first two episodes at the premiere, and then the entire drive home, she like lore dumped the entire thing on me. And I was like, I forgot everything you just told me, but I'm excited to see it happen. But so great job, guys. Seriously, I know all the fans
Oh,
are
thank you.
loving it already, even just the one episode that's publicly out there now.
Mm.
Which is crazy. Like, how does it feel that it's out there and people are seeing it?
Oh, I I hadn't thought about it till just now. Thank you for
No,
filling me with anxiety. No,
because animation takes so long. Like it's a long process for you
well,
guys.
well, it's true, but when you're dubbing as we are, we're
It's
kind of
true.
one of the final pieces of that puzzle. So we're it's still fresh in our minds when it comes out. It's not like doing a prelay where it's like, oh, it might be 2, 3 years, and you're like,
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
yeah, I was in that.
Hmm.
It's more like this comes out when we have how long to get this done, and then it gets out there, and it's nice. It's really cool. I mean. I will say my favorite part about what I get to do for a living is just being in the booth and getting to breathe life into these characters and work with friends all day and get to breathe get to just have fun and be silly or serious or whatever. My least favorite part is watching the end product usually because I'm like, it's the perfectionist in me. You're always going to look at your performance and be like, oh, I could have done it that way. Can I call
Mm.
Michael Center Nicholas? Like, can we record that again? No. It's
Send a
done. It's
voice
over.
memo.
It's out there. There's a story about, I think it was Monet who had like a painting hanging. I do not mean to compare myself to a painter. Like, that's not at all what I mean. It's just a story, please. No, but like Monet was known for like going into the Louvre and like touching up and adding stuff to his own paintings, and like a security guard would be like, "What are you doing? It's hanging. It's done." And that's kind of a hard thing for I think every actor to accept. When you're watching it, you're like, all you can see is all the other choices you would have made, you know, now that it's been 5 weeks, 6 weeks, or whatever. Because actors, that's why we need directors. We need strong directors because we are not good at making choices and sticking to them without someone like, that's it. Just why it's fun to see Michael Center Nicholas's and you know, the directing, the crew's work on the dub, which I think is exquisite. But yeah.
Yeah, I can't even believe it either because like Jay said, we were recording not too long ago and it just feels like it happens so fast and I still feel like I am to a certain degree like, you know, venturing down those lanes I had to perform Riddle. It was a very demanding role in a way for me, one of the most demanding I've ever had to play, and we see glimpses of that in the trailers and I think people are going to be excited to see how kind of larger than life this series becomes. And I'm just excited. Like Jay said, I love recording and acting and getting to work with amazing studios and on properties with such great writing and great characters. It's so fulfilling to be able to do this. And as voice actors, we don't necessarily get to be in the booth and work with our scene partners. Sometimes we get to hear somebody else if they've recorded before us, but sometimes you're the first person recording for everything and you don't hear anything. It's all left to your imagination. So I do find fun in seeing how all the pieces come together, and that's a credit to the producers and the directors and like Michael Center Nicholas to make sure that we're all playing in the same sandbox, so that when we see that final product, it's those people speaking to each other, and we're all kind of hip to the same vibe, and that's been really fun to see. But I'm a critic just like everybody else, like Jay was saying. It's like I'm like, yeah, I've got some notes, you know.
Sending a voice memo over any way you can put this over what we already did.
I can come in right now.
Right now.
They haven't finalized episode 8 yet, right? Can we?
No, I mean, this show, like I said, I just saw the first 2 episodes and I was instantly like, oh my God, these characters are all so interesting. This world is so interesting. What is it about your characters that you love? Give me something you love about them.
I love getting in subtle and not so subtle ways, paying homage to all the Disney villains I grew up being inspired by as a kid. Disney villains were such a staple of my childhood and my young adulthood. That not only did some of those performances, which are some of the best in the business, inspire me to want to get into acting, but it's also like, you know, those characters and thinking about them from their own point of view rather than just as the villain of the story, which is fun, of course. But it's always fun to be like, why do they? What does he think about that? What does she think about that? You know, kind of put me in touch with parts of myself I would not have necessarily had easy access to. So they played a big role in just my development as a person. And it's lovely. I mean, it's very highfalutin to say all that, I realize, but it's so lovely to get to play a fun, interesting, beautifully designed character who also gives me a chance to kind of be a love letter to very important parts of my upbringing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was he is such a rule abiding and intense character. I mean, I've been describing him as tyrannical. I mean, it's called one of the books is titled Red Rose Tyrant, and he really rules with a red iron fist, this rose fist that he does. And he really, you know, the intricacies of getting to understand why a character believes these kind of the insanity of the rules that he does, and like it's mad. The things that he kind of, one of the rules that we hear kind of in episode 1 is, you know, no one must bring a cat to a ceremony or something, and it's like, who would even think that would happen? But that's one of the rules, and he knows it. He knows the rules. So for me, it was a tough role. It was very demanding, and it was as an actor, obviously, a lot of people like, oh, it was therapeutic to get very angry and stuff. For me, it was like I'd leave sessions out of breath and sweating and drained, and be like, it's tough to live in that place that Riddle does, and he must have some real conviction about why he cares so much. And I'm excited for people to see all of those reasons for why he feels the way he does, because it was very demanding. It was a very demanding role to play.
Well, I can't wait to see more. I do have to ask, this is a question from my daughter. She really wanted to know, I don't know how much of the mangas or all that you've read, but she wanted to know you personally, what dorm do you think you would be in this show?
I would any of them really. I think I could make my way in just about any of them, but I think Jafar's land, Scarabia, is like just the aesthetics. But also Jafar was one of the first villains I tried to imitate as a young actor, and so he has a very special place in my heart. And so I feel like that would be where I would have to go.
I love Savannah Claw. I love The Lion King. I don't know if I would necessarily get put there. I'd probably be like the bad player on the sporting teams for that. But I actually, what's crazy is like I could see myself absolutely being in Ace's position and being put into this very strict, dorm and messing up all the rules and being the person that causes all the chaos, funny enough. So I'd probably get placed in the place that I would do the worst in, which would probably be Hartsville, and I would be the cause of all of Riddle's madness, funny enough.
You bring all the cats to every function.
I would. I have 4 cats. I'd bring them all, man.
Who doesn't love a cat? I mean, come on.
Right?
Exactly.
And Grim is great. Grim is a great cat. I'm excited for people to see Grim.
Exactly.
Yeah, Grim is such a fun character.
Adorable.
I mean, there's so many fun characters, like just in the beginning of this. And like I said, my daughter was like, wait till you see blah, 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 blah. I was like, okay, great. Sounds good.
Who's your daughter's
Let me
favorite
see it.
Who's your
Riddle
daughter's
is
favorite?
her favorite.
Oh my gosh.
I know. She wants to cosplay
Awkward.
Riddle. So I know, sorry. I mean, but like,
I mean, who doesn't love Riddle though? I mean,
Shout
come
out
on.
to your daughter.
Come on. You know what?
Great
Your
taste.
daughter
Wow.
probably doesn't trust Crowley, and so I feel like your daughter's going to go far in life with that attitude. So
exactly.
I can't even criticize.
Amazing.
No, but speaking of like her, wanting to cosplay, like, what does it mean to you guys that like, I mean, you're used to it a little bit, people cosplaying your characters, but like, this is going to be a whole new reviving of Twisted Wonderland, I feel like.
It is so. I am looking so forward to seeing the cosplayers because we, like I said, we're no strangers to the cosplay scene, and it's so. I mean, I feel good at what I do as an actor. I don't feel like it's a particularly hard job for me. I just happen to find my niche. There's many, many, many things I am not the least bit good at. So thank God I found voice acting. But like I look at the creativity and the skill that go into these elaborate cosplay and think to myself, I cannot kick a spool of thread down the stairs. And so the immense amount of respect I have for it, but also like it's, cosplay is so fascinating too. It's, people like to, I love putting on outfits. I can't make them myself, but I will get them and I will put them on and then traipse around the house. Just me. I will never, ever grow out of doing that. And there's something about being able to kind of put that costume on that allows other facets of your personality sort of to take the wheel for a little while, which can be very fun and very therapeutic. So I love watching cosplayers do that, and when they come up to the table or when I see some of the content they make online, it feels like I'm sharing a role with this extended family of people that are all part of it, that all get the character, and also it just like looks amazing. I just love pretty things.
There is such talent. A lot of these folks who are doing the cosplays, they're making it themselves, and it's like it requires such detail, and they look so amazing, and they take on elements of the character that you're playing, and it's a testament to how impactful some of these stories are. Anytime you see somebody cosplaying a character you voice, it's one of the largest forms of flattery in a way to know that the property or the character that you've helped bring life to in the English speaking version of the property, that it affected someone in such a way to want to dress up as them. And I, as a fan myself of things, I wish I could do cosplay as well as some of these folks. I always do like the knockoff version where I'm like, is that like I did for Halloween, I did the Mad Hatter. I'm like, is that Albert Einstein or is that the Mad Hatter? I can't really tell. There's a white wig, but like, anyway, so I kudos to all the great cosplayers out there.
The Amazon version of the costume.
Yeah.
Just order this.
I have to give Paul a shout out real quick because at the party where we recently met for the first time in person, actually, Paul was dressed to the nines in this wonderful suit that was very much an homage to Riddle, and he kind of won the party. It was great. Yeah.
Oh, I
so
love
like
it.
I think I really Paul, I really think you should consider cosplaying this character. I really think you'd nail it.
I have to try. I mean, listen, the low key versions, I like the casualized version of things. I think that's really cool, where it's like you've got like the t-shirt and the jeans that look like it, but you know, all the other things I probably can't do well.
Yeah, it's like Riddle just on shopping day.
Yeah. Like a tuxedo shirt, you know?
I could probably try cosplaying Crowley, but only because he has a mask.
Right there you go. That's easy.
Oh my god, what a great way to sneak around conventions and have no one know it's me.
No one would have any idea. That's true.
Ideas.
Oh my gosh.
They'll be like, I love your cosplay. You're like,
now everyone out there, anytime you see a Crowley cosplayer, maybe it's
They're
Tatum.
gonna be like looking in your eyes.
They're gonna like be ripping masks off each other.
Yeah, like, you're not Tatum.
Who
Am
are
I?
you? And then final question before we wrap, guys. Just if someone is like brand new to this, like I was 2 weeks ago, you know, not knowing anything, how would you describe Twisted Wonderland to them?
I would tell them, how would you feel about getting to go to a wizarding school, but for evil?
That's great.
Based on all the coolest villains that you know. You may not have seen the movies, but you know who these villains are. They are part of our cultural DNA. And that's what I would tell them.
Yeah, if you love Disney, if you love anime, this combines both of those things kind of at the highest quality with wonderful writing and a cast of characters that I think everybody can find somebody that they resonate with or they like, whether it's personality or fashion. And we get to explore kind of each world one by one. So, you know, the first book, the first season, the Hearts Labule season, we dive into the Queen of Hearts, Alice in Wonderland theme thing. So if you love Alice in Wonderland, this is definitely the season for you, but there's so much more to come. So just, you know, stick around and enjoy, because we're about to feast as fans. So check it out.
I love it. Well, I can't wait for more. I mean, I'm planning a Disney Villains sleeve tattoo for this arm. I have Guardians of the Galaxy on this one, but I'm planning Disney Villains for this one. So I'm like,
so cool.
I was like, this is amazing. It's like all my favorite villains. It's going to be great. So thank you guys so much. And congratulations on everything.
Thank you.
Very kind.
Thanks for having us.